This should work. Alright, we're live.
Else is waiting.
Yeah. Oh wait, we're live.
It has like that lag.
We're live. Yeah. So who wants to start it? Okay. You all ready for the intro?
Yeah, you can start. We're live.
Okay. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Study Bubbly AP Statistics Review, Units 1 through 4. I am Hari, and I'm joined by Jeffrey and Jasmine. We're just going to be showing you the ropes for Units 1 to 4 to help prepare you for your midterms. Let's get into it.
Alright. So
Oh, yeah.
I'll be playing as
Let's
Jamaica,
say,
and let's go.
yeah, I forgot to say, if you want to join us, we have the challenge pin chat. Feel free.
Right.
Also, before we get started, you should check out our website where we have we have study guides for all this, and we'll be having more in-depth to do. And later this week, you can find a study guide for all the units we're doing right now.
Here you this question's about which has the correct number of categorical variables and quantitative variables. So you if you're knowledge of this. Yeah. Anybody know that the NBA preseason stuff? Anyone got any favorites?
I don't like sports that much.
Oh, you don't?
Hold on, let me this Kahoot is really loud, I can't hear it. I can't hear what you're
Oh,
saying.
yeah, actually.
Alright, I think I fixed my sound.
Are we good now?
Yeah, we're good.
Let's see.
So,
Okay. You okay? You can explain.
We can probably explain the question. Should we explain it?
So this question is asking what's the correct amount of categorical variables and quantitative variables in this chart shown? And as you can see, the answer is there's one categorical variable and two quantitative variable. So the as you can see here, these columns represent the variables in the chart, and the one category variable would be the state column, and the two quantitative variables would be the family size and annual income, if I think that's right. And
with quantitative, with categorical variables, you can't really use like that to find like averages and means because it's just like a category, like you're kind of classifying yourself in a way.
right.
Yeah, so that's why it's difficult.
And quantitative has to do with numbers, so you can kind of use that data to calculate mean and all the like number values. That's the difference between the two.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So as you can see, state, you can't really find the meaning of letters. Zip code, that you just can't find the meaning of a zip code.
They are don't get confused because they are numbers, but the numbers can't help you find the mean because it's just classifying your kind of where your location is. It has nothing to do with value, just numbers.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Next question.
Right. So let's move on to the next question.
What is the correct abbreviation for describing a distribution quantitative variable? So you have OSCS, OCSS, COSS, or SOCS. Okay, so we can't see when the time's up, so you're gonna have to
Should probably keep a conversation going in some way.
yeah.
Probably.
The time's up. So it's SOCS. And that acronym stands for Shapes, Outliers, Center, and what's the other ends? I can build that.
Right. I think you might be cutting out a little part.
Yeah, you kind of are.
Are you good now?
Well,
I think someone else is playing it. I'll try to fix my mic.
Alright. Yeah, so the main abbreviation used for describing the distribution of a quantitative variable is SOCS, and it's organized in this way because it's easier to memorize as SOCS.
I should probably use that because I was never told this in my class.
Yeah, we got taught this in our class. And as Hari said, it stands for shape, outliers, centers, and spread. And what each of those means is, so shape is the
Shape of the graph.
Yeah. Outliers, that's
It can be like normal. It can be normally distributed, skewed to the left, skewed to the right. Those are some of the shapes. A uniform. Those are some of the shapes you can get for a graph.
Right. Outliers, that's pretty self-explanatory. Any values that stray really far from
Values that are kind of far away from the other values. Like if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have a random 20, 20 would be your outlier.
Mm-hmm. Center, that's the center of your graph, also pretty self-explanatory. And you have your spread, which is so like your range. It's how
The biggest value minus the smallest value, that will give you your range.
right. And let's move on to question 3.
Okay, I think my mic's better. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Is it better, guys?
You sound better than when you were before.
Alright, so what is the empirical rules percentages? This is something that you just need to know and memorize for the AP stats test. It helps a lot in units, the end of unit 1 and some unit 2. So yeah, I know Jasmine does not.
Your mic is cutting off again. In a way.
I am.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Well, not just kinda. Very much so.
Okay, I think I did something.
Did you?
Wait, can y'all hear me better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so for this, you just need to memorize that it's 68, 95, 7, and the reason it's not 100 is because there are going to be some outliers.
Your mic is cutting off again.
We love technical difficulties.
And now he's muted.
Oh, right. Right. I really should try to click on these things on time. Yeah. Alright, let's move on to question 4.
Oh, Hari's out. He's trying to fix the mic.
Right, okay. Yeah, Hari's gonna be out for a little bit, probably.
Technical difficulties with sound.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so, find the z-score for Michael's exam grade. Round to 2 decimal places. And here we're given a little thingy. The grades on a history midterm at Almond are roughly symmetrical with a mean of 85 and a standard deviation of 2.0. Michael scored a 2 on his exam.
Mm-hmm.
So the way you would find a z-score
Z-score.
It's the
value minus the mean all divided by the standard deviation.
Right, and the value we're given here is 86. And so 86 minus the mean, which is 85, that's 1, and divided by 2, that would give us 0.5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So for this question, we're given a graph, and we're being asked, is this following graph approximately normal? And our given choices are, yes, the following graph is approximately normal because there are little to no outliers in the graph. No, it is not because the graph is right skewed, making it not normal, and no, the following graph is not normal because the graph is left skewed, making it not normal. And the graph is normal because all the graphs are normal. So our correct answer would be the graph is...
No.
Yeah, it is not normal. And as you can see from this Z table...
Chart, it's skewed to the right skewed.
Right, as you can see from this little trailing tail over here.
Okay, hopefully we're back. You know what? We're just going to go with the flow.
You sound good right now. Your sound sounds good right now.
All right.
It's good. So, next question.
Next question.
Okay. What is the resting pulse rate for students who will receive additional screening? So, your image, you have to use your statistic knowledge to help you find the answer. So, people in the chat, do any of you guys watch?
Has he cut out again? See.
Look at that.
I think your mic's breaking on you again.
I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it.
You're fine right now. I think. Let's hope it stays that way. All right.
We take 60 seconds to quicken this one.
60 seconds.
So for this question, you're going to need a z-score table.
Right.
Just link the z-score table in chat for you all to use.
I'm pretty sure you'll be given one for the AP exam too, because there's a lot of numbers to memorize on a z-score, so don't want to memorize all that.
Yeah, unless you want to. Then that's a different story.
I wouldn't. I would not. That's a bunch of decimals. I'm not trying to memorize who knows how many decimals on a Z table.
Fair enough. All right, and yeah, so our resting pulse rate for students is going to be 85. And shoot, what'd I just do?
You're chilling on the live stream, so what's going on with you?
I just accidentally opened something up on my computer. We're good now.
Oh, bet. Okay. So,
Yeah.
next question.
Is he cutting out again?
I
Kinda.
swear, goodness gracious.
I mean, some moments you sound good, some moments you're cutting out.
Yeah. Usually you cut out when you're explaining something.
Explaining something.
Which is exceptional.
You know what? We're going to put my computer right next to my face and hope it does not cut out.
Alright.
So, you want to go to the next question?
Yep. Alright.
That's it. So you want to be able to predict the correlation of this graph. So as you know, correlation goes from -1. How will let you decide what you think specific correlation is for this graph? So, how are you two doing? Y'all having a mighty fun time?
Yeah, it's
Sure.
we're chilling.
We're chilling? Yeah, midterms is a struggle indeed.
I already had.
No, what, isn't it a struggle?
I already have tests today too. This will actually help me. I have the statistics test on Monday, so this will help me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we're doing this.
Yes.
It'll probably help me myself.
Okay. So
Right.
So it's going down negatively, so you want the correlation to be negative. And it looks stronger, which a stronger graph means it's more compact.
Your mic is cutting off again a little.
Okay. Is it better?
Right now, it's better right now, but
So the reason it's -0.7 is because it's a strong negative graph, and usually when it's stronger, it's the higher number. So
right.
-0.7 is what you get.
Higher number as in it's closer to either 1 or -1.
Like yes.
Right. So moving on to what question is
the
this?
next question.
Oh, in
Moving on
this
to
question,
8.
yes, in this question, you are given a point. Ooh, very tricky. But you get to use your LSRL equation of y equals 12 plus 2.1x to identify and interpret the residual. Have fun, mateys. So,
Just ladies?
I said mateys. M-A-T-I-E-S. Yeah. 60 seconds. Holy baloney. Holy. Yeah, we might. We'll give y'all 20 seconds. You know what? We're gonna go with Eminem.
You can use a graphing calculator throughout the test, so don't worry about it with all these problems you have to do.
Yeah. And also, you don't forget that hat over the Y hat. Because that's prediction.
Hat. Oh, okay. I think you can, because I think they have an answer. So, okay. Calculator.
I actually clicked the answer on time this time.
You're so confused.
My mic is cutting off again. You're talking.
Oh, I was trying to find my calculator. I can't find it, so we're using my phone.
Alright. Feels good.
What's the calculator? So for this one, you get the LSRL overestimates the value at x equals 3 by 8.3 units. To find this answer, you want to plug in the x value into the equation. So you get the y hat equals 12 plus 2.1 times 3. And 2.1 times 3 is 6.3. So 6.3 plus 12 is 18.3, which will give you y hat. And as you see by the point 3, 10, 18.3 is above 10 by 8.3 units. So it overestimates.
Right. And we get that residual by subtracting the actual value by the predicted value. So 18.3 minus 10 is going to be 8.3.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Next question. Mine.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bit. Okay. So.
So for this next question, we're given a residual plot, and our task is to interpret if it is a good or a bad residual plot, if it represents a good line or not for the data set.
Yeah, residuals is something you will see get pretty often in the AP test too, so I would get used to it. So, Jasmine, did you say you had a test today?
I had my final for stats on Monday. Even though I had a test today, but it had nothing to do with this stuff.
How do you feel you did on that test? Grade
I got a 70. I did a 70%.
Hey.
I'm typically good at math and science stuff. I know. Because I know when you take the AP test, they're going to curve the test. So 70 is pretty good compared to what other people will get, since AP tests are curved.
Okay. Oh, you want to explain this or you want me to?
I can get it.
Sir.
The answer is going to be, this is a bad residual plot because there is a clear pattern or trend. As you can see, this distribution is kind of U-shaped, and we don't want that in a residual plot. In a residual plot, we're gonna want like a pretty clear, not a pretty clear, a pretty like pretty random point distribution in the graph.
Mm-hmm.
And here we can see a kind of pattern, so that's not going to be a good plot.
That is the really good explanation. So I think we're off to the next question.
All right, let's go.
Okay. So this question is determine the equation of the LSRL given the computer output. Okay. So you, during the AP multiple choice test, you are probably going to be given a output like this. Right now in Unit 2, you don't want to worry about like the other numbers except for the coefficients. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, you'll probably be getting into the other numbers around Unit 9, I think.
Yeah, hopefully. So, okay, 6 seconds.
I missed the thing again.
It's weird. Okay, so given this, you see that word right there that says constant? So that means it's not going to change. So that's why the negative 87.12 does not have an x, because it won't change because it's constant, which will leave the variable under the constant, which is the height, to change due to whatever the x value will be, which is 1.5433.
Right.
And yeah.
Okay, hard.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next question.
Yes, sir.
I want my shit to end because this is my 4th live stream this week.
Yeah. Interpret. Oh, speaking of that, we have many more live streams if you want to learn how any of your AP courses. That's the question.
I think we have a physics one coming up. I'm not really sure.
I'm going to do that with physics live stream.
So here you want to be able to interpret the slope. So you just here you can either remember what our equation was from the last question, where we had the x value of 1.54 and 1.5433, and interpret what your meaning is. Select your answer.
Right.
Who wants to explain this one?
I don't know.
Okay.
Actually, I think this answer is wrong. Actually,
I think it is wrong too.
right. So as you can see,
Isn't it?
our slope value is positive 1.5433. So there is not going to be actually a predicted decrease. There's going to be a predicted increase of 1.5433 cubic meters for every 1 meter.
Sorry about that. That is a visual glitch. That's a mistake on our part.
Well, we would never make a mistake. It's
it's a Kahoot. Kahoot just next question.
Hold on just a little bit. So as you can see here, in this answer, we can we include all of the aspects needed for like an interpretation of a slope. So we have the word predicted, which is really important because it's not the actual objective value. This is just simply a prediction of what the value is going to be. We have the word increase, which shows that the graph is in fact increasing and not decreasing. And here we have our units as well, cubic meters. That's the SI base unit for volume. And we have here meters, which is the base unit for height or length.
And also, when you do FRQs, just make sure you put units in your answers because the AP scores will probably just think it's a random number. Because with FRQs, they're mostly looking for that you understand how you're doing the work, not much about the answer you're getting.
Right. You want the the correct definition of everything.
AP scores are looking to make sure you understand the statistics concepts, not much about not much about the answer.
Right.
Because if you get the wrong answer, you can still get points for showing the work and you understand what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. All right, on to the next question. So here we have a picture with our answers, and our task is to find and interpret the correlation. And once again, we're using the same computer output for the previous question and the one before that.
Sure. So, you gave 50 seconds. Ali.
Seconds, yes, I did.
So, for this, it'll... I don't know if you can see that well from that image. There are multiple ways to do this. So you can graph it. You can look at the... You can look at. I
think your mic is cutting off again.
Yeah. Is he good?
Are you alive?
Oh, yeah.
So this has many. You can solve this by 2 different ways. You can graph this, or you can find the correlation given the output, which it depends on you. If you are good at estimation, then I would suggest graphing it. If you are better at calculations, then I would suggest using the second.
Right.
For this answer, you will get the correlation of 0.598. Indicates a moderately strong, positive, and linear relationship.
Right. And, we know that it's moderately strong because a correlation, an R value of 0.598 it's just generally strong. We know it's positive because our slope is positive, and if our slope was negative, then it will be negative. So keep that in mind because your correlation is always going to be positive. And we know it's linear because, well, we're referring to an RSLR, which is the line.
Was the correlation given, or did they have to find the correlation?
Yeah, so the correlation is not actually given. What you are given is the R squared value, which is which is 35.8%. Sorry, a really loud truck just drove by my house. So 35.8% is the same thing as 0.358, and since that's the r squared value and you're trying to find r, you're just going to take the square root of 0.358, and that's going to get you 0.598331. You're just going to round that to 0.598, and that's going to get your r value.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so I'm going to be moving on to the next question now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, which answer choice correlates the best with bias? So, okay, so given these answer choices, you can find the answer just through looking at these answer choices, or you can just think about it like systematically, which one it is. Okay, so let's go one by one. First thing, there's no such thing as bias. That is completely false. Bias is a real thing. Second, there are no altering and changes. Everything seems neutral. Well, sorry to do that. Bias is never neutral. It always sways to one side.
Correct.
Next answer choice. If graphs are altered in visual representation, that is just not definition of bias. That's the wrong definition. And the other one, last one. If data is being used in favor of one side, then there is bias, which is indeed correct.
Mm-hmm.
Textbook definition, y'all.
All right. Thank you, Harry.
Great explanation.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's it for this question. Let's move on to the next one. What is observational studies? What is an observational study? This is another definition question.
Yes. Unit 4 comes with a pretty decent amount of definition questions. There's not really any numerical question.
Right. There's a decent amount of vocabulary in Unit 3, which is what these questions are on right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, Jeff, can you also tell us from the start?
Wait, you cut out right there. What did you say?
Oh, nothing, my bad.
Alright.
Just talking myself.
Alright. So once again, let's go through all of these answer choices. What is observational studies? Well, it's not a thing.
It's obviously a thing.
Yeah. If it's not a thing, then why would you have a Quizlet on this, you know? Not a Quizlet, a Kahoot. So, it observes the studies and affects the outcome. This is not true as
because it does not affect outcome.
Yeah, right. It doesn't observe anything but the outcome. This is also false because observational studies observe also the process of what they're observing. And our correct definition, observational studies observes individuals, measures variables and possible outcomes, but it does not affect the outcome. This is correct.
Because when you're doing it on the people, you're not really interacting with them, so they kind of don't know you're really looking at them. You're just observing them by yourself.
Right.
Yeah. So basically, I just want to give a preface that Unit 4 is just a lot about textbook definition. So, yeah, like I said previously, this is just a textbook definition of observational stuff.
So are we good to move on?
Yeah, we can move on.
Alright. For question 15, we are given a picture with a prompt and answers. And what we're trying to find, we're conducting a survey at your school, and what you do to conduct the survey is so in the morning you get there first, you stand in front of your school and you hand out surveys to the first 100 people who walk in, and you call it a day. And at the end of the day, only 47 surveys make it back to you. And your task is to find what biases describe this experimental process.
Indeed. So, here's your
Statistics knowledge.
decipher this. One way I like to go do this is I like to go through an age choice. See if it works out. If it doesn't work out, I cross out all the options with that choice.
My mic is cutting off again.
You know what? I just love, technology. Like microphones.
Oh yeah, we love technology so much.
Okay, so in this answer, you are given only 3 and 4. So non-response bias and convenience bias. Let's go one by one. The reason it's non-response bias is because you give it to the first 100 people that walk in, but only 47 return. So you have people who did not respond to the survey, which is basically non-response.
Your mic is cutting off, and I know you're explaining.
Jasmine, can you?
What?
Okay. Am I better?
Yeah, you're better.
But now, yes.
Okay. So we are also given convenience bias as one of our entries. The reason for this is because you legit selected the first 100 people that you saw. So you pick people who were very convenient for you. Just think of it that way, which gives you convenience bias.
Right. It's not really random. It's just you're doing what's convenient for you. And we're also given the answer choices of undercoverage and response bias. And these are not biases found in this procedure because the definition of an undercoverage bias is when members of a population are inadequately represented by your sample. Well, this could be true, but it's more accurate if you put convenience bias because it's just more specifically what it is, and it won't be response bias because you don't know if your subjects are responding inaccurately or falsely to your questions. You're not given that information, so you can't determine that.
It is correct.
Alright. Moving on to the next one.
Question 16 of 22. Okay, so this is another recursive picture question. This is like the last one, but you are given a different example, and you want to find what biases work for you.
Right. So now you realize what you did wrong. You realize your biases. So you decide to try a new method of surveying. Maybe not better, but you're trying something new.
Yes, sir.
Right. So what you do instead is you upload a poll onto your Instagram story, and you try to survey people off of that. And you're asked what kind of biases are present in this method of data collection.
Yeah. try using some of the thinking skills that we used for the last one to help you find this one. Okay. So, what's everyone's favorite song?
Will we have one at the moment?
Oh, you don't. Dang. I'll say
So
mine
my
right.
only focus this week has been school, so that's my main focus all week.
Yeah. Okay. So for this question, we are given the answer to be undercoverage and voluntary response by. The reason it's under. What?
Oh, sorry. Never mind.
Wait.
No, nothing. You can go on.
Oh, okay. So the reason it's undercoverage bias is because what about the people on Snapchat or Facebook who just don't have social media? You're just saying, nah, y'all's responses don't matter to me. I don't care about people on Instagram. So maybe you have different opinions than people on Instagram. So that's why it's undercoverage. Wait, I need something.
Your mic is cutting off again.
This seems like a.
And he's muted.
This seems like a bit of a recurring thing.
What, his mic is going out all the time?
Yeah.
Oh well, I don't know what to do about that.
We should make a counter.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he's gonna be dead for a little while.
Right. So, I'll just pick up where he left off.
I guess.
Right. So. Right. So, another bias present is voluntary response because, obviously, no one on your story is obliged to, take the poll. They can, just skip it if they want. So, this is just gonna, right, because people aren't obliged to take the poll, so that's why it would be a voluntary response bias. Right. We good to move on to the next question?
Yeah, I think we can.
Right. So now we're getting into for probability. So Jasmine, you wanna take off with this?
I'll probably help explain some of it because
Yeah.
it's waiting because it's lagging on my part.
Right. So event A is rolling a sum equivalent to 12, and event B is rolling an odd number. These are, and your answer options are, independent events, mutually exclusive, dependent events, and binomial events. Right, I think we're all caught up on the stream now.
Should I explain the answers? It's still going.
Right.
Should I explain the answer?
Yeah, that'd be great.
So the answer is a mutually exclusive event because events A and B can't happen at the same time. So when rolling a die, you can't roll a 12 and have an odd number. That's why it's a mutually exclusive event. So yeah.
Right. And if you didn't know, 12 is an even number, so
That's
fun
why.
fact for you guys.
Fun fact. I think we all learned that like kindergarten or something. We learn what's an odd and even. We have some stupid people somewhere.
Possible. Alright, let's move on to the next question. What is so we're given another image, and we are to find the standard deviation and the mean.
So this one probably will require a calculator, which you're allowed to use on the test. But this question doesn't require to have a graphing calculator necessarily.
Mm-hmm. So we have a small ferry that runs every half hour from one side of a river to the other. The number of cars, X, on a randomly chosen ferry trip has the probability distribution shown here with mean 3.87 and a standard deviation of 1.29. The cost for the ferry trip is $5. Define the money collected on a randomly selected ferry trip.
Yeah. So, want me to explain the answer?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, so the mean is 19.35 and the standard deviation is 6.45 because it says like each trip costs $5, so that changed the equation to like 5m, and when you're multiplying, that affects the mean and standard deviation.
Right. And obviously 5 times 3.87 is going to be 19.35, and 1.29 is going to be 6.45. And your unit is going to be money here.
Dollars.
Right. All right, moving on to the next question.
Next question.
What is the shape, mean, and standard deviation? Stanadard deviation.
Standard deviation.
Yeah, we misspelled it on the Kahoot. Actually, no, we didn't. That's a visual glitch once again.
I think Hari might be out for the rest of the stream at this point.
Probably. There's a lot of technical difficulties going on. Very tough.
Yep.
Right. So the time X it takes Hatton. Is it Hatton?
I don't know what I I wrote. I think I meant to put Hannah, but I put Hatton, so whatever.
Hatton, Hannah, same thing. If you have any
I think I meant to put Hannah, but I put Hatton, but whatever. Just a name that has nothing to do with the problem.
Yeah, if you have a friend named Hannah, call her Hatton from now on. So the time it takes...
You're gonna get her pissed about that.
It takes Hatton to drive to work on a randomly selected day follows the distribution that is approximately normal, with a mean of 15 minutes and a standard deviation of 6.5 minutes. Once he parks his car in his reserved space, it takes 5 more minutes for him to walk to his office. T is the total time it takes Hatton to reach his office on a randomly selected day.
Yeah. So, the answer, want me to explain it now?
Sure.
So it's about normal, because even when you're changing the equation, if you're changing the equation, the graph is still going to be the same. That doesn't change it at all. And since it takes 5 minutes, the equation would be like m plus 5, which that'll change the mean. So you have to add 5. And when adding, it doesn't affect the standard deviation. Standard deviation is only affected by multiplying when transforming random variables.
Right. And you can see, so the mean will be 20 because 15 plus 5 is 20. Some advanced calculus. And your standard deviation is 6.5. It's the same as before.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's...
I love how I can just put Harvey's screen and I just see his face, his profile picture.
Yeah, Hari has a great profile picture. If you're in the StudyBubbly Discord, you should definitely check it out.
Your picture's kind of nice too, with the fish.
Yeah. And
you know what? We're going to give this one last try.
Oh.
Okay, one thing. I don't think you want to check out my profile picture because that is something that you don't want to do. And next thing we're off to the next question.
Alright.
Well, if you're in the Discord, you can see his photo, and there's nothing he can do about it unless he changes his photo.
Yeah, that requires work. So I'm gonna do work.
Work. That's some physics terms for you right there.
Yeah, you can check out the past recording of our AP Physics 1 kinematics.
Wow.
Wait.
Okay.
Wait.
I don't.
Wait. Not kinematics. I mean, I'm at the pre-unit for AP Physics. They go over your work. Next question.
Exactly.
What kind of experiment? We're testing your experimental knowledge.
Right. And
Yep.
once again, we have a given picture with your prompt. You have 28 plants. You divide the plants into two separate groups, those with all green leaves and those with yellow leaves. You have 14 of each plant type, and you randomly assign some of the green plants to receive water and some to receive salt water. You do the same for the plants with yellow leaves, and at the end, you compare the changes of growth for all of the plants.
Yes, and the answer to this would be a randomized block design. Because you're like splitting off the groups into two separate groups and you're giving them a random like treatment. It wouldn't be a matched pairs design because you can say like you have two students who got the highest A, they be paired together and so on. That would be a matched pairs design.
Right, and actually, it is not a randomized block design, it's a randomized block design.
Whatever.
Once again, a visual glitch. Alright. 21 out of 22, we're almost finished. What is the standard
Last
deviation?
question.
Do you know what 9 plus 10 equals?
Oh, don't. I've heard that so many
okay.
times, I don't even hear that.
Okay, well, if you
know
do
the
not
answer.
know, due to very
Are you talking or the mic cut off again?
oh,
for like
oops, I kind of stopped midway. I just realized. Due to very good math, you can assume 9 plus 10 is 21. Oh, it's the question number. Ed is being awkward now.
How
So,
original.
let's talk about favorite songs. I don't know about y'all, but did y'all know Jack Harlow dropped the new hit today?
Your mic is cutting off again for like the 1000th time.
Right,
Hello?
Let's increment the mic cutout counter.
And he's muted for like the how many times has he been muted?
Fourth time? Third time? I'm not sure.
Okay. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. Is it good?
Hopefully.
Exactly. You
Hopefully.
should probably go
Okay.
over the answer of the
Yes.
question instead of talking
Okay.
about 9 plus 10 and whatever else you're thinking.
For this one, you just look at the picture given, and it basically gives you the answer in that sentence saying a standard deviation of 11.66, which you can infer to be your answer, which is
Like I said previously, when adding, it doesn't affect the standard deviation, so the standard deviation would remain the same when adding.
Right. And as you can see, 11.66 in the answer. That's your answer.
Oh look, the name's Hannah. I think I meant to put this on that question that says Hatton.
Han. Alright, so let's go to our last question of the day.
I think we should probably hurry up because it's already gonna be
Right,
time
we're
up
almost out of
soon. I
time.
think
Yeah.
we can do the last question, then we're done.
Mm-hmm. So
And I just realized Hari is muted again, so goodbye to him for now.
Yeah. Which of the following would be a placebo for when you have a migraine? And your answer choices is taking aspirin or Motrin, any type of pill.
Motrin?
Motrin.
That's what I put. Yeah, I'm Motrin.
Pretend I said Motrin. A prescriptive pill for migraines, any type of pill, or all of above.
Just make sure when you get them, get some Motrin.
Motrin. Yeah. Alright, and you want to take over this question?
Sure. So, I'm going to go over the answer because it's lagging on my part still.
Maybe we should wait a little bit.
Okay, we'll just end it on the live stream now.
Oh, okay.
So the answer would be taking an aspirin or a Motrin because a placebo kind of acts like the pill in a way, but it's not exactly. A lot of control groups use it because you can say you're doing an experiment, you're testing out a new pill. The placebo would be taking the Motrin because it's not exactly what you're testing, just kind of acts like it in a way. That's the best way I can explain what a placebo is.
Sorry, what did you say?
That's to explain that again?
No, it's probably just me who didn't hear it. It's fine.
I think that was our last question.
Right, that wraps it up for our Kahoot today.
So are there only two of us? Because Jordan and Hari was like out for a lot of it, coming in and out.
Yeah, well, we don't talk about that. Yeah, you know how technical difficulties are.
Yep.
Yeah.
We should probably close out and then.
Right, probably.
All this.
So thank you everyone so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share with all of your friends. And also, we have other videos and podcasts and free notes on our website. All of the links are in our description. See you guys next time.
You have tutors as well that can help you with your AP classes. Like pretty much like 24/7. You'll get help from someone at some point.
Right. All right. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. And sorry, Hari can't be here right now. He's out, but I'm sure he says bye as well.
Right.
I hope it doesn't count. Bye.
We just ended it. Wait, did you end the stream?
Wait, it's ended.
It ended.